extra. But on a related topic, then let's put this on screen, because we've talked about Anthropy and we've talked. I mean, that place, the name escapes me. The Eden Project.
The Eden Project.
It's the most anti-human place I think I've ever been to. Actually, but we can talk about that in extra as well.
Well, yeah, quite. And I mean, you say a related topic. Everything we're talking about today is related. All of this stuff links together. The global PPP needs to touch down in the nation state. How does it touch down in the nation state? Through organisations like Anthropy. We talked about it last week, right? And we'll be talking about it a lot more because they're gearing up this year. They describe themselves as a Davos on sea. I'm bringing them back into the mix because on the back of the big launch event we spoke about last week, they've just announced their Anthropy Alliances. So these are new national, thematic and regional leadership alliances to lead organisations into implementing, turning the philosophy into action and impact, right? So they've got a global philosophy, a public-private partnership. How do they actually put that into the system? They do it through people, through relationships, through organisations. I'll just touch on a few of these here so that jumped out at me. The first one, children and education, is being represented by Ben Fletcher, who's Chief Financial Officer and Transformation Director at the Very Group, which is Littlewood's catalogues, which is basically it's a financial services company, actually, because people buy that stuff on credit, ridiculous APR. And it's also owned by the Carlyle Group, who are the primary beneficiary of the war in Iraq, alongside Halliburton. So that's who we've got thinking about children and education. Who else have we got on here? Rain Newton-Smith, the Chief Executive of the Confederation of British Industry. So this is an extraordinarily high-powered and well-connected group of people. You've got Professor Jürgen Meyer, CBE. There's a lot of CBEs, MBEs, OBEs as part of Anthropy within their network. He runs the Northern Powerhouse Partnership. All right, so George Osborne's big push to basically create a mega city in the north. He's running it. He actually talks on his LinkedIn profile about personally being invested in delivering the fourth industrial revolution. He actually says that publicly. He's looking after infrastructure. There's a guy from NatWest in the mix there as well. And then also, interestingly, particularly given what we've just heard from Mark Carney, my former colleague, Rob Dopel, Managing Partner for Sustainability at EY, is looking after climate and natural places. And we've got a little short clip from him talking, which we're going to show you now.
I think CFOs have got such a critical role to play around keeping sustainability front and center for the organization. Basically, all decisions in an organization, all capital decisions, all spend decisions, all flow through finance. And I think finance have the responsibility of ensuring that those decisions are made, not just looking at financial outcomes, but looking at much broader outcomes. Because the stakeholder environment has changed, the expectations have changed of organizations. What are you doing for society, what you're doing for climate, what you're doing for people, etc. And I think CFOs therefore have got a responsibility to ensure that decision-making process and how they provide decision support to the business incorporates a broader set of measures than just pure financial.
All decisions go through finance. If you worked in a company, small, big, whatever it might be, in a well-run business, all the decisions go through finance. It's the perfect place to apply a control mechanism. That's what Rob Dopel's talking about. That's what EY are doing. That's what they're promoting to their clients. And that's why Mark Carney is so confident that companies that don't do what they're told are going to go bust, right? Because they've basically embedded this right into their governance. Final point on Anthropy. I've been thinking about the word this week. This is an interesting word. They've obviously constructed it from somewhere. Let's look at the etymology. So philanthropy itself means love of humankind. And the word phil, the first syllable in philanthropy, comes from the Greek word philos, which means dear or beloved. So anthropy is simply philanthropy without love and affection. Yeah, and I think that tells you everything that you need to know about what's happening here.
Yes, indeed.